Hey everyone, if these stories about real-life turning points speak to you, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss one. Let's get into it. The chair dragged across the tile before my brain caught up with the noise. A short, sharp scrape. My wife's hand landed on my shoulder. Steady, familiar, the kind of touch that only comes from someone who's already checked out. "Move," she said, already smiling past me. "The spot's saved." I looked up. Candles flickered, forks hovered. The whole room seemed to hold its breath. "For my ex," she added, softer now, almost formal. "My daughter's real dad." The words hit like ice, quiet, fast, and final. I didn't shout. I asked for an explanation, because I still thought explanations mattered back then. That was my last misstep. My stepdaughter, Lily, shot up so quick her chair nearly toppled. Her face twisted into something she'd clearly practiced. "If you're not happy here," she yelled, "get out." The scream echoed longer than it should have. Too big for a house that knew my steps, my routines, my paycheck. I stood. I didn't glance at the guy now sitting in my seat. I didn't look at my wife. I folded my napkin, set it neatly on the table, and walked out. Before the dessert had a chance to melt, I wiped them from my life. By morning, there were 35 missed calls. I still remember our first Christmas together. Snow falling outside, her laugh bright and genuine. My hands sticky with pine sap and glue from putting together toys no one had asked me to buy. She'd kissed my cheek and whispered, "You're good to us." I believed her because believing is easier than doubting, and it feels like love when you're worn out. I stepped into their world on purpose, not to replace anyone, but to build something solid. I covered braces, dance recitals, school trips, late-night rides home. I learned to stay quiet in the car, patient at the kitchen table, to listen without waiting for credit. Real love isn't flashy, it's upkeep. The warning signs showed up as little annoyances. A phone always face down. A calendar entry labeled Jim that didn't add up. A new respect for family traditions I'd paid for, but was suddenly cut out of leading. I told myself families evolve. I told myself to stay generous. But generosity without limits is just an open door. She started correcting me in front of others. Small jabs, jokes at my expense. "He wouldn't get it," she'd say, smiling at everyone else. I laughed along. I always laughed. Guys like me learn young that anger costs more than patience. Then the ex, Marcus, started appearing. First casual mentions, then a name spoken with weight, then with ceremony. "He's trying," she said, "for our daughter," as if trying erased everything else. I saw how Lily's face lit up when his car rolled up. I felt my role shrinking, useful, optional, interchangeable. Love doesn't vanish in a flash. It packs slowly. I didn't hire a private eye. I didn't need to. Truth seeps out when you stop covering for it. I checked timestamps, card statements, a hotel charge labeled as a spa day, a photo she forgot to crop where his flashy watch reflected in a window. That watch, gaudy, unmistakable, a trophy pretending to be subtle. The moment it clicked wasn't dramatic. It was paperwork, an email confirming a joint account I hadn't signed off on. My name used like a signature stamp. That's when the hurt turned cold. Grief burns, strategy chills. I didn't confront them. I collected. I watched how they talked around me now, like I was just furniture that paid the bills. I heard how plans were made without me, efficiently, like a system that had already swapped out the part. I started shifting things quietly. Trusts reorganized, access revoked, accounts separated, legal papers updated with the patience of someone folding time. No drama, no threats. I still cooked dinner. I still smiled. I learned to fade away while standing right there. The plan didn't start as payback. It started as self-respect, as learning how to breathe again. I set up alerts. I locked signatures. I rerouted access. I watched the house keep running on my invisible support. They didn't notice the shift because entitlement blinds you. Christmas came like a test I didn't need to study for. I already knew the score. The table was long, extra settings, candles meant to bless decisions already made. I spotted the chair arrangement before she touched me. Deliberate. The empty seat felt like a sentence. When she pushed me, it wasn't rage. It was certainty. The kind you get when you think the ground will always hold. The scream wasn't from a kid. It was from someone who thought the verdict was already in. I left because staying would have been charity. In the car, I didn't shake. I called my lawyer. I gave the green light. By the time the plates clinked again inside that house, codes were expiring, cards declining, notifications piling up like snowdrifts. Chaos sounds different from the outside. My phone lit up as I drove. 1 call, 2, 12, 35. Missed, ignored. I pictured the house, the slow realization hitting in waves. The ex checking his phone, his smile. Fading, my wife's breath catching as everything started to fail, like lights in a power outage. I didn't pick up. Silence is the only language that actually teaches. The fallout happened without me. Emails bounced, transfers reversed. Lenders started calling. The house they planned to refinance spilled its secrets. Ownership cleared up. Control came back. By midnight, the guy in my chair was just a guy with a coat he couldn't keep. By morning, my wife understood the difference between love and leverage. They tried apologies first, then blame, then panic. I slept. We met once more, short in public. I didn't bring anger. I brought documents. She cried the way people cry when they're forced to look at themselves. "You ruined Christmas," she said. "No," I replied. "You spent it." Marcus didn't show. He disappeared as fast as someone who never planned to stick around when things got costly. Lily sent a long, angry message later, full of accusations, ending with a demand. I blocked the number. Love doesn't bargain with disrespect. The aftermath is quieter than movies make it seem. No fanfare for holding back. No soundtrack for taking back your dignity. There was a house that felt bigger without the noise.